Anyway, thank you for the time with me, appreciate it.
Well, of course. Need a hand?
Yeah, sure.
I think you're stuck. There we go.
I won't get too much stuff on.
That's okay, even if you do, I don't care.
You and I have really been, I think, throughout the years had these kind of discussions, you know?
Oh, yeah.
You got angry with me a few times.
Well, we can't always agree with each other. There wouldn't be anything to talk about.
I was telling people the other day how you and I were walking on, well, how the Pice Road torn up about 11 years ago.
Oh, stop. That's so nice and quiet.
Yeah. Well, this happened in Florence. It's really quiet in Florence.
It's been really quiet everywhere.
Do you like it that way?
I do. I don't know. There's a lot to be said as well about taking time to reassess,
Yeah.
to step back.
Thanks.
You're welcome. It's underneath your phone.
Yeah, you really want to go down and go fishing. Have you ever thought of going to Puerto Rico?
Oh,
In May?
yeah.
But I don't know about that now.
Well, that probably won't happen now, but you never know. I told Sean that the boys wanted to go fishing and he should go down there with us and they could go fishing and then we could just go hang out.
What do you say?
Maybe build a house or something.
Did he laugh?
He laughed. He said he'd think about it.
We're going to have to wait for a while for this whole die down.
Well, a few of the different scientific articles that I've read about this is flattening the curve, which is what we're not doing right there. That more people can potentially get sick and overwhelm our healthcare system if we don't practice a little bit more conscious cleanliness. In my opinion, that's what I'm going to call it. I don't really know. But I think that a lot of it's overblown, overdrawn. I think that we're doing a lot of the opposite things that we should be doing. Because if nobody can work and nobody can eat, we're going to be way less healthy in the future, and that's going to overwhelm our healthcare system. And the little conspiracy theorist in me wonders who's going to be making the most money off of that whole situation. But the reality of it is we're handling it poorly. And although we may be helping our more vulnerable citizens and our healthcare system in the long run, right now it's causing much more problems than it should be. So, I don't know.
But I think the service industry is going to be able to pull out next year.
Ooh, I think we're going to be really, really fat for a while if we all go out and eat and support our local restaurants and whatnot. I'm alright with that, but...
Do you think it's healthy that we don't eat that much?
I don't think people know how to make healthy choices nowadays, let alone at a restaurant or in their own homes, so...
I wonder how much organic stuff was hoarded.
Probably not a lot.
Compared to other things like Twinkies, maybe?
Yeah. Well, that's another thing there. Like, we have a lot of unhealthy foods in the world that are easy to store and are really bad for us. Because the stuff that's good for us is stuff that doesn't last as long.
Yeah.
And in situations like this, especially, I mean, nobody knows how to keep things. Because after depressions, after wars, people had to learn that, but then they moved away from that because it's scary and they want to believe that it's not going to happen again. I mean, I learned how to do a lot of things that I think the average person doesn't, but I can't confidently say that I know enough about storing foods. I've canned before, but to minimal success. It takes a lot of time. By this point, though, I don't have enough resources to even have that on hand. I don't have these non-perishable things difficult. It's difficult to say. I think people are going to suffer a lot from this in the opposite way that the media and that our society is telling us that we are.
What's that?
Well, the people who are going to get sick are going to get sick. The people who are unhealthy are going to die. That happens with pretty much everything that makes people sick. It's horrible, and it's wonderful that we're trying to mitigate it, but I think more people are going to develop health problems in the near future from poor diet, from weird hygiene. I think that people are going to have a lot worse time afterwards because they sat at home and ate a box of Snickers morning, noon, and night because that's what kept.
Yeah.
Because we don't know how to keep each other healthy either. We don't know how to keep ourselves healthy. I don't know. It's weird. I foresee a future of really unhealthy, more unhealthy people now than if they just get sick from something that is not potentially life-threatening to people who are already
Now,
healthy or sick.
Is school closed down?
Schools are closed down, I think. I think it's pretty much everything. You can get takeout at restaurants. I think most of the service industries like grocery stores and gas stations that have food and other supplies are open. But those are being overwhelmed, so I think that also is having the opposite intended effect. If we're not allowed to go out and disperse and be in places, however social that may or may not be, we're still congregating in these places like grocery stores and gas stations and stuff like that, and that's equally as unhealthy or even more.
I didn't sure that road back there up a hill.
There was a road up a hill?
They're digging the dirt off.
Oh, okay. That's where all of those trucks are going. Interesting.
Do you like all the shapes of the different houses?
I love all the different shapes of them. That makes me sad when houses all look exactly the same, but they're just a slightly different color. I like the uniqueness.
You ever been in a suburban neighborhood like that?
Oh, gosh, yes.
I lived in Boulder a few years ago. It's almost all the same. They're golden.
Yeah. Well, you almost don't notice if there's 4 different types of houses that they're building, but if there's 3 different types of houses that they're building, then it's really easy to notice.
What is it about those number things in people's heads? I know it's like it seems like it's like the 3 versus 4.
I don't know. I think it has a lot to do with psychological. Let me start that over. I think it has a lot to do with how people use their primitive brain. I'm not 100% sure exactly why there's a differentiation between smaller and big numbers and why that usually ends at 3. But I think it has a lot to do with our survival, that we had to make those quick decisions, so we just kind of keep that, and that's how things develop. Because we're no longer using it for survival, but we're definitely using it to kind of develop our society.
Yeah.
4-way stop. That guy almost didn't stop either. That was hilarious. There are a huge amount of people on the road today. It's a Friday. Nobody is anywhere. They're all supposed to be home, but people are all driving around.
You're not quite like it used to be.
No, that's true. I'd say let's go get some lunch, but we all know that ain't gonna happen.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, the lawn looks so nice there. They're doing such a good job.
I mean, yeah, you have to order out, and that's not really exciting. Okay.
I think I'm gonna go have lunch with Sean.
We are? Oh,
Yeah.
At the
At the feed store. They got their chickens in today.
Oh. Well, thanks a lot for talking.